Good evening to all. In this video, we will discuss how to draw an ER diagram. Now, we will consider a college. College has some departments. Each department offers some courses, and each department has some faculty members, and there are students. Students are going to enroll into the courses. You understood what are the entities are there in a college. So these are the assumptions we need to understand so that we can draw an ER diagram. So these are the assumptions we need to consider. So here we are going to see one by one. College has many departments. We know that. Suppose if you consider an engineering college, it has something like a computer science department, information technology department, ECE, EEE, mechanical, civil. You understood. It has many departments. Each department offer any number of more number of courses. No doubt. It offers more number of courses. Many subjects you have. Each subject you can consider as one course. Am I right? So many courses it can offer. And many faculty works in the department. Each department has many faculty. One faculty belongs to one department. Now, whenever we will consider one faculty, that means he is responsible for one department. He will be considered into one department. One faculty in each department acts as HOD. That means each department has one HOD. That means 6 department means 6 HODs. Am I right? Each student can enroll many courses. Students are going to learn many courses, so they are eligible to enroll into many courses. Each faculty can take any number of courses. No doubt you knew that. That means faculty is not going to take a single course. Am I right? He is going to take many number of courses. One course can be taken by only one faculty. No doubt, if you consider a course, one course by one faculty only. But a faculty can take more number of courses. Each course can have any number of students. No doubt. That means if you consider one course, something like a DBMS, that means what happens? Something like 60 students or 70 students, they are going to choose that particular subject. Okay, that course is meant for that many students, not a single student. Okay, so now we are going to see what are the steps involved to draw an ER diagram. Okay, we'll see one by one. That means we have 4 steps. What is the first step? We need to identify what are the entities are there you need to consider to draw an ER diagram, so that thereby you can go for the developing the database. Okay, because you understood that ER model is a part of conceptual data models. Okay, there after that you are going to develop by using the representational model, you are going to develop the database. So first step in the process of drawing an ER diagram is identifying the entities first. What are the entities are there? Already you observed that one. What is that? Student is one entity, faculty is one entity, course is one entity, department is another entity. Okay. Anyhow, we will see again. And describe each entity with a set of attributes. That means you need to identify the attributes for each entity. Then for each entity, you need to identify what is the primary key for that entity, or primary attribute or prime attribute for that particular entity. Then at last, we need to identify the relationships between the entities. These are the 4 steps are there. Okay, that means what happens in an ER diagram? First of all, you need to identify the entities. Okay, then you need to identify the attributes. Then you need to identify the prime attributes. Then you need to identify the relationship. I think you understood this particular one. This is the way you are going to develop the ER diagram. These are the 4 steps. Okay. Then we are going to see one by one all the 4 steps. The entities for a college are: student is one entity, a department is another entity, course is another entity, faculty is another entity. 4 entities we consider for our example. Okay. It may vary from organization to organization. As per the requirement of the customer, we need to design the entities. Okay, but for our example, to draw an ER diagram, we consider this particular one: student, department, course, faculty. These are 4 entities are there. That identifying the entities is the first step. What is second step? Identifying attributes. Okay, that means for this entity, what are the attributes? SID, student ID, student name, age. These are the attributes for student. Maybe some more, but we consider these 3 for our comfort. Okay, then consider the department. You have 3 attributes: department ID, department name, and its location. And for course ID, course name, and number of credits. For faculty ID, faculty name, and address. For example, these are the attributes for each entity. That is the second step. Then third step is identifying primary attribute for each entity. You understood that for student, what is the primary key? SID is the primary key. For department, DID is the primary key. For course, CID is the primary key. For faculty, FID is the primary key. For student, SID is the primary key. For department, DID is the primary key. For faculty, FID is the primary key. For course, CID, the course ID is the primary key. That means till now, for what is the first step? Entities. Second step, attributes. Third step, primary attributes. Now at last, relationships. The last step is identifying the relationship between entities. This already we discussed in the previous video. Okay, that is types of relationships. Now see, there are 4 types of relationships: one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. So we are going to see the relationship between various entities. Course student entity. That means what happens? Many students are going to enroll into many courses. That is many to many. So we need to use M to M or M to N because another variable. Okay. And department student. One department has many students, or many students belongs to one department. That is one to many. And many faculty working in one department, or one department has many faculty. So that is one to many. One is from department side, and many is belongs to the faculty side. Okay. And department course, one department offers many courses. That is one to many. Course faculty, that means one faculty, that means he is going to teach many courses. So that is many to one. One department has one HOD, head of the department. So that is one to one. These are the relationship between the entities what we consider. I think you have all these information right now. These 4 steps. What are those 4 steps? Again I will repeat. Identifying the entities, identifying the attributes for each entity, and identifying the prime attribute, and identifying the relationships. Okay. Then we are going to see how to draw an ER diagram for this particular example. Let us consider first of all 2 entities only, because when you consider all the 4, then we will be in confused mode. Am I right? It's better to consider these 2 only, because student course, for example, one part of the ER diagram. So many students enrolled into many courses. If you consider one student, he is going to take choose many courses. If you consider one course, that is opted by many students. So that is many to many. Many to many is represented like MN. Am I right? So both sides many. So student has 3 attributes. Student is one entity, course is another entity, and students has attributes like SID, S name, age, and SID is the primary key in students. Whereas consider the course entity, it has attributes CID, C name, credits. Then CID is the primary key. Enrolled is a relationship between students and course. This is a part of diagram. It will show the total scenario of student and course. And we have 4 entities in our example. Now we are going to see other part of the ER diagram. Okay. 2 entities already over. the relationship we understood between those two entities, that means student course. Now the remaining two entities are department faculty. So consider the department. Department is an entity. It has three attributes: department ID, department name, and its location. And for this entity, department ID is the primary key. And similarly for the faculty entity, it has three attributes: faculty ID, faculty name, age. Faculty ID is the primary key in faculty table. So here you can see faculty works in department. Many faculty works in one department, or one department has many faculty. So many faculty works in one department, that is one to many. Okay, many from faculty side and from department side one. Has one department has one HOD. That HOD also a faculty. So department headed by one department headed by one faculty. That one faculty is called as a HOD. Okay, so this is one to one, this relationship. And here location, that symbol you can understand that. Okay, what is this symbol? Multi-valued attribute. Okay, then we are going to see the full AR diagram. That means we need to, that means a student course is there, then we need to give connection between student department, course is there. Earlier in the previous diagram what happens? We can go to the earlier one better. That you can consider the top part of the AR diagram. Student course. Then that means here what happens? Student one entity, course another entity, and take it as a department one entity and faculty another entity. Okay, here you understood in the first case, there is a part of ER diagram, and where department faculty, this is also a part of ER diagram. You understood this part and you understood this part. Now we need to connect these two. Okay, now we need to connect this particular one and this one and this one and this one. That is the complete part of the ER diagram that we are going to see. See, previous slide we understood this particular top part, student course part, and similarly we understood the part of department faculty. Only thing now we need to understand this part, student department relation, course faculty relation. Okay, that means here what happens? One department has many students. So here you need to write 1 and M, many students. One department has many students. This is the connection between these two. This is the relationship between student and department. Coming to this side, one faculty taught one course or many courses taught by one faculty. That means no doubt you understood that one faculty is going to teach not a single subject, more than one subject, 2 or 3 subjects he is going to teach. Am I right? So many courses taught by one faculty. So this is one to many. And another one is that one department going to offer many courses. So department offered courses. So this is one to many. This is the total ER diagram. We understood first top part and how we are going to specify the relationship type. That means one to one, one to many, many to one, many to many. And we understood that 4 entities are there. Each entity is characterized with a set of attributes, and out of many attributes, one attribute is a primary key, and we are going to identify the relationship between the entities. This is the total ER diagram for a college. Okay, thank you one and all.